Osrc News at 7. Ondo State Government laments vandalization of public schools by suspected hoodlums. Women journalists spearhead empowerment for widows in Ondo State. Fresh bandit attacks claim 10 lives in Oyo and Benue. And from the foreign scene, Burkina Faso junta foils coup to oust leader Traore.
Good evening and welcome to the News at 7, coming to you live from Osrc Television. I am Obi Chukwemeka Oti. We begin from the home front. Public primary schools in Akure, the Ondo State capital, are coming under repeated attacks as hoodlums vandalize school buildings, destroy learning materials, and leave classrooms unsafe for students and teachers. These acts not only damage government property but also threaten the future of education in the state. Our correspondent Adewumi will report that the situation has sparked outrage among education stakeholders, with strong reactions coming from school authorities and the State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB.
Broken doors, shattered windows, destroyed ceilings and vandalized furniture. These are the sights that now greet pupils and teachers in some public primary schools across Akure metropolis. According to findings, suspected hoodlums allegedly broke into school premises during the night, wreaking havoc on classrooms, offices, and in some cases cutting away valuable items meant for teaching and learning. Affected school include St. Francis RCM Primary School, Okepad, St. Martin's Primary School, St. Paul Primary School, Idiagbatitun, St. Luke Primary School, Salvation Primary School, Odokoyi, St. Joseph Primary School, and St. Patrick Primary School, Okearo. The head teachers lamented the level of distraction, describing it a major setback to quality education. They urged government to come to their aid by providing security and ensure the school property are put in order.
Soliciting for the help of the government to come to our aid concerning these in-laws. Maybe they can provide the night guard for us. And the night guard that we are going to need is those people that will have guns. Because those in-laws that they usually come to us, they have guns. And our fence have been collapsed during the rain storm.
We are hereby appeal to our state governor, His Excellency, Governor Lucky Urim Said Attila, to please come to our aid in Akure South. It is getting out of hand.
One of the teachers in St. Francis RCM Primary School, Mrs. Jumoke Ayeni, blamed poor security and social challenges for the rise in vandalism. She urged government to provide the schools with learning materials as the hoodlums have taken away most of the school properties.
It really makes us sad. We don't even know where to start from. We don't know at all. We didn't meet any textbook here. Even they let you know that we're left here. All our records, we didn't meet anything. They packed away and took them away. So we don't know where to start from. We are really tired. In fact, it really wears down.
Reaching to the development, the chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, Mr. Victor Olabinton, condemned the act, describing perpetrators criminal and unacceptable. Mr. Olabinton assured that measures are being put in place to repair the damaged facilities, while efforts would be intensified to prevent a reoccurrence. He urged communities to take ownership of the schools and help protect them.
Government on its part will see how we can mount security in some of these schools, particularly using Amotekno and the civil defense. At least to be watching those schools, both day and night. This property belongs to government, and we must not allow it to be destroyed. I'm using this opportunity to appeal to all our people that lives in Okearu area, Idiagbatutu area, that lives in Odo Ikoyi, that lives in Ayedun, that lives in all these other places around the stadium and other areas. We are appealing to them, all parents, all people that live there. The schools around you belongs to you. Please monitor it.
As pupils continue to learn amid damaged structures, the call for urgent intervention grows louder. Stakeholders believe that protecting public schools is crucial to safeguarding the future of education in Ondo State. Adewumi Taiwo, OSRC News.
Widows have been asked to always keep faith in God as well as engage in activities that will positively enhance their children's development and impact the society around them. Chairperson of Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ, Ondo State Chapter, Tola Badamosi, gave the advice at an empowerment program for widows in Akure. OSRC's reporter Zihimo Ebemi reports from our studio.
The intervention, tagged Orange Widow Support Initiative 2026, was aimed at putting smiles on the faces of widows across the state as part of efforts to ease economic hardship on them and support their welfare. Ayodele Orogun Empowerment Project, in collaboration with the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ, Ondo State Chapter, supported the widows with food items, cash support, and free health insurance coverage. The Chief Executive Officer of Ayodele Orogun Foundation, Mrs. Ayodele Orogun, described the initiative as part of sustained efforts to restore dignity, provide relief, and ensure social protection for widows, particularly those facing economic and social challenges.
Women are empowered economically, socially, and politically. Nations move forward. And so I encourage every woman here today, please ma, to see farming not as a struggle. But as an opportunity. When women farm, families eat better.
In her remarks, Chairperson NAWOJ in Ondo State, Tola Badamosi, maintained that widows should not depend solely on assistance but should engage in meaningful ventures that would improve their livelihoods and secure the future of their children. She urged the beneficiaries to put in their best efforts towards self-reliance, stressing that empowerment begins with the willingness to act and make productive use of available opportunities.
This opportunity is a rare opportunity for most of us, and we in Ondo NAWOJ would like to say that we should ensure that we stand firm in everything we do, despite the fact situations are like this. That means our no, that's what I know. I've told you it is mandatory that you stand firm.
Some of the beneficiaries expressed appreciation to the organizers for the timely intervention, describing the program a source of encouragement and renewed hope.
The program was okay. I thank God for the life of the sponsor.
This program is actually something that is not seen coming, and we want to appreciate the convener and the host, NAWOJ, and Ayodele Orogun Empowerment Project. It is actually something that is worthy of emulation. We want to thank them for their kind gestures.
High point of the event was the inclusion of the beneficiaries in a free health insurance coverage in support of their livelihood.
President of Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), Joe Ajero, has criticized the recently enacted tax law, saying it excludes workers' input and places additional financial burden on low-income earners. Ajero stated this in Abuja during the unveiling of the memoir of former NLC President Hassan Sumonu and the celebration of his 85th birthday. He said workers were deliberately left out of the presidential tax reform process, despite being major taxpayers. Mr. Ajero described the law regressive, alleging that it imposes heavier taxes on those already struggling with economic hardship. The Labour leader called on the federal government to review the law, warning that continuing with its implementation without addressing concerns could undermine public trust and democratic principles. Justice Emeka Wite of the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted former Attorney General and Minister of Justice Abdulaziz Malami his wife and son bail of 500 million naira each, with strict conditions including the submission of landed property documents and traveling papers. The judge ruled that each defendant must provide 2 sureties in like sum and must own landed property in Asokoro, Maitama or Warimpa. He added that they must submit their travel documents to the court. The documents of the properties are to be verified by the Deputy Chief Registrar of the court, while the sureties are also to depose to an affidavit of means. The defendant was also ordered to deposit his travel documents with the court and must not travel out of the country without the permission of the court. Malami has been ordered to be remanded in Kuje Correctional Center pending his perfection of the bail conditions. You're watching the news at 7. We'll go on a break now. When we return, we'll serve you more stories. Please stay with us. Thank you for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV. And on YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. To security now. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps and a CDC Ondo State Command has announced a total of 2,550 recorded cases of obtaining by false pretense across the state in 2025. Briefing journalists in Akura, the state commandant, Mr. Oluyemi Biloye, said the statistics show a reduction when compared with 2,900 cases recorded in 2024. Mr. Biloye also confirmed the increase in grievance management centers across the state from 25 to 45 to effectively entertain complaints across the 3 senatorial districts of Ondo State. Omorola Ugwenji has details.
Speaking of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps activities in the year under review, the state commandant, Mr. Oluyemi Ibiloye, disclosed that the command recorded 10 cases of transformer vandalization, 52 cases of prepaid meter theft, 20 cases of malicious damage to farms by herders, as well as cases of illegal mining, among others. According to him, the anti-human trafficking, irregular migration, and gender units handled 101 cases, indicating a reduction in domestic violence, rape, and other gender-based crimes when compared with the 2024 record.
We have been able to reduce oil theft to barest minimum. And you would observe that I've had calls from people who have said, please allow us go back to this trade, because that's what some people live on. I had the coordinator of Tantita Private Security in my office 2 days ago, and he himself actually confessed that there's virtually nothing to do. But that does not mean that we'll stop, protecting our petroleum pipelines. We still have men on the IC, protecting these pipelines. But I must confess that the issue of petroleum pipeline vandalization has reduced to the barest minimum.
The commandant also spoke on 410 cases handled under the counter-terrorism and anti-graft units, noting that 95 personnel were trained in weapon handling, combat craft and tactical maneuvering to enhance security across the state.
We're able to, of course, handle quite a number of cases using ADR. And we discovered that cases of gender-based violence also reduced in the outgone year. Previously, we've had cases that runs into thousands, but to a large extent that seems to have reduced. While we have other mandates that's been enshrined in our law, we to a large extent did not record any attacks on schools. We have the Safe School Initiative, and we've worked in collaboration with our security agencies to ensure that our schools remain safe. And to a large extent, we're also doing that too. Yes, there were a few cases of kidnap in the Akoko area and, of course, Akure North. And to a large extent, you would observe that towards the end of the year that these cases were reduced significantly.
Reaffirming the core commitment in remaining resolute, proactive and people-centered in the discharge of his constitutional mandate, Ibiloye promised massive deployment of personnel, zero tolerance for economic sabotage, and improved synergy and collaboration with sister security agencies, while commending the support of Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa and other stakeholders. In 2025, the NSCDC boss called for deeper collaboration in the year 2026.
I want to sincerely say that our successes, we couldn't have achieved it alone without the collaboration of other security agencies. And like I've always said, and I will say it again, it sounds more like a chorus, that there's a robust synergy that exists among the security agencies in Ondo State. What I want to assure the good people of Ondo State is that this year we are poised to do more and to consolidate on our successes in the outgone year.
With the assurance of improved strategies and strengthened partnerships, Civil Defense Corps says it remains committed to ensuring the safety of lives, property and critical assets across Ondo State. Omoriola Humbeji, Osrc News.
Still on security, gunmen suspected to be bandits have reportedly attacked the National Park Service office in Oloka in the Orire local government area of Oyo State. The State Police Public Relations Officer Olayinka Ayonlade, who confirmed the incident, said 5 NPS personnel were killed during the attack. He explained that mobile police force officers have been deployed to the affected area to prevent further breakdown of law and order. Oloka and neighboring communities 120 kilometers to the north of the state capital, Ibadan. In the meantime, suspected armed herders have killed 5 farmers in Udeko Mavia community in Turan district of Kwande local government area of Benue State. The incident happened when some residents were harvesting yams and bambara nuts on their farms. Chairman of Kwande local government area, Tesua Yakwan, who confirmed the killing, said the violence disrupted activities in the community. He explained that the attackers did not immediately withdraw after the assault, which he said caused tension in the area. Yakwan, who described the area a vulnerable border local government sharing international boundary with Cameroon, lamented that the terrain complicates security operations. In another development, the Nigeria Police Force have arrested a celebrity scam and romance fraud suspect responsible for defrauding multiple victims in the United States of America of over 1 billion naira. Police's airport command nabbed 20-year-old Essien Akpama while attempting to board a flight out of Lagos. The airport police command said the suspect, who previously resided in Calabar, Cross River State, relocated to Lagos State in 2024, from where he coordinated and executed several fraudulent schemes. According to the command, his arrest followed months of intensive intelligence-led surveillance and monitoring based on credible information. From the following scene, a plot to kill Burkina Faso's military leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, has been thwarted. The West African nation said the sophisticated plan had been hatched by Colonel Paul Damiba, the military officer ousted by Traoré in September 2022 in collaboration with government of Cote d'Ivoire. The junta spokesperson Mohamedou Sana said intelligence services intercepted the operation in the final hours of execution. He added that the perpetrators had planned to assassinate the head of state and then strike other key institutions, including civilian personalities. There has been no comment from either Colonel Damiba or Cote d'Ivoire. Let's now turn our attention to the U.S., where the White House is threatening to use military force to obtain Greenland, which has repeatedly said it does not want to be part of the United States. European leaders have rejected Donald Trump's renewed push for a possible U.S. takeover of Greenland. From Paris to Warsaw, they are insisting the Arctic island belongs to its people, while also warning that threats to a fellow NATO member risk undermining the alliance itself. Blessing Obi tells us more.
Greenland, isolated, sparsely populated, mineral-rich, and strategically critical, an Arctic territory guarding key North Atlantic routes, and the focus of growing tension between Europe and the United States. Donald Trump says he wants Greenland for security, pointing to Russian and Chinese activity in the Arctic. But his repeated comments that the United States could buy or just take it over are triggering increasing alarm in Europe, with Denmark warning a move on Greenland would mean the end of NATO. European leaders meeting in Paris to discuss Ukraine have rallied to her support, feeling the need to remind Trump that Greenland is one of them, not up for grabs. In a joint statement, they said Greenland belongs to its people. It is for Denmark and Greenland, and for them only to decide on matters concerning Denmark and Greenland. Leaders say they are open to dialogue, even owning that they have misunderstood Trump's threat. Greenland hosts a key U.S. missile warning base and holds rare earth minerals, both of interest to the U.S. But under international law, it also has the right to self-determination. For now, Europe is presenting a united front defending this island with words. Whether that unity is tested further may depend on what comes next. Blessing Obi, Osrc News.
Now talking sports, Nigeria will on Saturday meet Algeria in one of the standout ties of the quarterfinals at the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Super Eagles are built to leave first today, where they have won 4 games for Marrakesh to honor the Desert Foxes encounter. The round of 8 action will get underway in Tangier, where Mali will take on Senegal in a West African derby. Later in the day, host Morocco will face Cameroon in Rabat, with the Atlas Lions looking to make home advantage count against the 5-term champions. The quarterfinal stage will wrap up in Agadir in 7-time winners. As 7-time winners, Egypt lock horns with Cote d'Ivoire in a heavyweight clash between former champions. To round up the news tonight, here again are the major highlights. We told you that the Ondo State government has lamented the vandalization of several primary schools by hoodlums in Akure, the state capital. The Nigerian Association of Women Journalists NAWOJ Ondo State chapter has collaborated the Ayodele Olagunju Empowerment Project to empower some widows in the state. In separate attacks, bandits have unleashed violence on Oloko community, the seat of the National Park Service office in Oyo State, as well as Udeko community in Benue State, killing 10 people. And from the foreign scene, we told you that the military junta in Burkina Faso has accused the deposed military head of state, Colonel Paul Damiba, of botched coup. And that's the news tonight. Many thanks for your time. Good evening.